Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? A few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Welcome everybody to the yo, it is May 4th, 2026. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys could please like, subscribe, and share. Man, today's episode is a blast. Honestly, there's a lot of news that I haven't been covering that I'm going to cover about hot topics. So man, sit right in. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and thank one of our affiliates, Eagle Research, eagle-research.com. You can find them at that website. A world-class leading in developmental technologies. So right here, a Brown's Gas Machines, the Brown's Gas AC 130. You can find exclusively at Eagle Research, the creator of this particular model. This Brown's gas machine will help you out in many ways. You can use it through a gas like you see George Wiseman do with the nasal tubes on my YouTube pages, on my YouTube episodes. Or you can form this into drinkable water. You can feed your animals, feed your plants this water. You definitely can use my coupon code too. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines to save yourself some money. There's refurbished versions and brand new models. There's brochures, DVDs for you to look at so you can make sure everything is in tune. There's a water torch. So anybody who's really doing some fancy stuff, a water distiller kit for your home, I believe. Yeah, all sorts of cool stuff to clean your water up and to super hydrogenate your water. So pretty much you're breaking down the hydrogen and then putting it back into the water, so water is supercharged with more hydrogen. For instance, just so you can get a clear picture, the Safeway bottles, whatever, or water bottles at the store would be water with less hydrogen and less water. It would be, they say it's filled with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's made with reverse osmosis, and they have some baking soda and different type of things in there to make it alkaline. So some of these waters are definitely not fully water. Brown's gas machine will help you get your water right. Man, I got this cool scenery in the background. I'm up here in the mountains right now. I'm so high. I'm at like 10,000 feet. It's a cabin up here in the Himalayas. Yeah, man. One moment while I pull up this next bit. We got news coming up, so I'm gonna get that going. I appreciate everybody staying positive throughout this year while um fucking shit's going down, man. Like for instance, so for a while people were, talking shit like, "Hey, like leave those daycares alone. Leave the questionable businesses alone." No, we're not gonna leave that alone. All right. If they're taking our money, um, right here, like this Somali daycare center bullshit that's going on. Yeah, they're really taking our money. These guys coming up in here saying, "Yeah, we're good. We have this daycare," and then uh Nick Shirley goes and exposes it and it's like, "Hey, well, like, where's all the kids and where's all the money?" Right? And then you see federal agents now storming these centers because, yeah, people are questioning, like, where is all this stuff that you're saying in your question, right? So let's hear this piece of news right here. Hopefully this plays.
One of those locations is the infamous Quality Learning Center, which you see here. Fox will be covering this story all morning. Here we go, back with a Fox News alert. The DOJ confirms to Fox News that FBI and HSI agents are currently serving 22 court-approved search warrants in the Minneapolis area this morning in relation to federal fraud investigations. One of those locations is the infamous Quality Learning Center, which you see here. Fox.
Yo, that's insane. I'll tell you that. 20 some court approved search warrants. Yeah, man. I think that's gonna happen all across the nation. That uh let's just say money's getting tight all across the nation, even for the government, right? They want to make sure that their P's and Q's are appropriate. And the whole Doge train, I'm thinking about it right now. Like Elon Musk started this whole train with Doge to go ahead and expose corruption, to what's the word? Really start getting in to the government and the money and see what is fraudulent. I guess that's a better term, right? What is fraudulent? So it's not just these type of businesses, right? It wasn't just what we saw with, what was it, like some foreign, um these foreign places too, that supposedly we're sending money overseas and we don't know where the money's going. And it's just to, now we understand, unfortunately, sometimes these businesses are operating as some trafficking for kids, or for um humans. And it's just sad, but we need to understand, like, not everybody thinks in a good heart, in a sense. So like it's good to see that some people are holding these businesses and these type of operations accountable. I guess over the last 10 years it's been a worldwide, like, um you know more, I guess, because of the internet, right? And people like Nick Shirley, or all these YouTubers or whatever, who are going out and, like, documenting this. And people like, uh on the internet, podcasters, who are also sharing it, like me and everybody else who. So, like, because of the revolution and the constant persistent push of this news, that we're like, hey, like, question mark, what the fuck, what the fuck is going on, these guys want to fuck around, and now they found out, like, this is some real shit, where they're some of these businesses and operations are taking money out of our pockets, so we can't be letting that happen. um for instance, this is fucked up. So, Dancing with the Wolves actor Nathan Chasing Horse has been sentenced to life in prison in Las Vegas for having children as sex slaves, sex abuse, and running a suicidal cult. A former actor accused of running a sex cult was sentenced by Las Vegas police for allegedly sexually assaulting indigenous girls as young as 13 for roughly 2 decades, police records show. Chasing Horse, whose full name is Nathan Lee Chasing His Horse, is the apparent leader of a cult called The Circle and has been charged with sex trafficking, sexual assault of a child younger than 16, and child abuse, according to the arrest warrant. Chasing Horse has abused at least 6 children. Here's the news piece. This is fucked. So it doesn't matter what skin color it is. Fucking arrest them all.
Is accused of being a child rapist and a cult leader.
You might remember Nathan Chasing Horse from the film Dances with Wolves. Well, he's facing numerous allegations tonight that he victimized women and children for years. It's a story the 8 News Now investigators have been working on tonight.
Vanessa Murphy obtained details now from the investigation.
Nathan Chasing Horse is accused of running a cult and sexually assaulting indigenous girls for years. Sources say in some cases he's believed to have recorded himself committing these crimes, and one alleged victim is as young as 14 years old. Now, police say he lives here in this North Las Vegas home with several wives, and he could have as many as 6. We've learned he's also accused of targeting girls in need, telling them spirits wanted them to have sex with him, and promising them they'd be part of, quote, the circle. Now, this is the SWAT team here earlier. One concern as police were moving in to make the arrest was possible unsecured firearms, even with children present at times. And sources say investigators believed Nathan Chasing Horse may have had a plan. If police were to show up, he's accused of advising the women present to take suicide pills and be ready for a shootout. Now, police also saying Nathan Chasing Horse exploited his influence, acting as if he's a spiritual leader in the Native American community to lure vulnerable indigenous girls, even taking them across state lines. They say he targeted girls from single-parent homes without a father figure, groomed them and abused them sexually and physically repeatedly. Nathan Chasing Horse also accused of sex trafficking victims. Police say he also gave victims emergency contraceptive pills after having sex with them to prevent pregnancies. Investigators believe there are more victims out there and co-conspirators. This is an investigation with ties to Nevada and other states, as Nathan Chasing Horse traveled around the country for ceremonies and even Canada. Now, as far as the police presence here, investigators are searching for any documentation Nathan Chasing Horse may have had about these alleged crimes. Reporting in North Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
Hey, man. Chasing Horse ain't gonna be chasing nothing no more. He gonna be beat up in jail, in prison, or something. Tell you that. Next up, it is time for the Lego AI rap. Let's get into this one. Let's see. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what's funny, Donnie? You surrounded yourself with pedophiles and told them don't rat each other out. Great strategy, champ. Let's go. Donnie liar, pedo circle, don't you cry. Donnie liar, Epstein's ghost still in the sky. Donnie liar, Bibi's puppet can't deny. Donnie liar, watch your whole empire fry. Yeah. You filled your team with sex offenders, thought they keep the secret tight. Told them snitches get the stitches, keep the skeletons out the light. But the files keep on dropping, Donnie 5,000 times your name. Every redacted paragraph just fans the dying flame. Maxwell's in the federal prison, Epstein's dead but still talks. And your name pops up on every flight log, every midnight walk. You thought the brotherhood of perverts will protect your precious skin. Now the whole world knows you swam in the same filthy bin. Oops. Donnie liar, pedo circle, don't you cry. Donnie liar, Epstein's ghost still in the sky. Donnie liar, Bibi's puppet can't deny. Donnie liar, watch your whole empire fry. Baby told you jump, you ass how high before you hit the floor. He sent you to the straight to steal some more. You came back wanting more. Kushner got his Saudi billions. Wake up, got his Qatar gold. While your voters paid for 09 for gas. That's the story, hot and cold. 16 ships in the region, not a single one inside the Gulf. You promised total blockade. Donnie ended up a scared little wolf. Iran's missiles got your Navy running, hiding like a mouse. While you're tweeting, I'm a lion from your Golden Tower house. You remember April 25th, Donnie? When you tripped on stage and 2 agents had to drag you out? Then you woke up and wrote, I fought like a lion? Bro, the only thing you fought was gravity, and gravity won by knockout. Hilton ballroom, black tide in the cameras everywhere. Shots rang out, you hit the deck, your Secret Service pulled your hair. Video went viral, 11 million views in half a day. You look like a lost old grandpa, that's what the comments say. What you got on Truth Social type was shaking hands that night. I fought back like a lion, folks. I'm still full of fight. Lions don't trip on stage and cry for mama's tit. The only roar you made that night was when you never mind, forget it. Donnie liar, pedal circle, don't you cry. Donnie liar, Epstein's ghost still in the sky. Donnie liar, Bibi's puppet can't deny. Donnie liar, watch your whole empire fry. Yeah, that's more like it. You're not a lion, Donnie. You're not a liar. You're just a lonely old man, surrounded by pedophiles who can't keep a secret, and the whole world is laughing. Donnie liar, Donnie liar. Donnie liar, Donnie liar. Donnie liar, Donnie liar. Liar, Donnie liar, Donnie liar, Donnie liar.
These Lego videos are pretty sick, and I know why they do the Legos too, because it's the easiest for AI to make blocks of and not like screw up the face or arms or hands or anything, and you can like really make things get acted out through it. It's pretty smart, a lot smarter than what the government is doing here in America. It turns out the $180 billion of fraud uncovered in California could be as much as $280 billion. So this man, this fraudulent government shit is still going on. It's being found out. And I hope that what we just saw in Minneapolis, where there was arrest warrants or at least search warrants for all these places that are receiving money. I hope it happens in California, and I hope that the Fed starts taking their eye to California and Newsom, and I think it will, because Newsom's kind of scared about like how Nick Shirley is definitely questioning stuff over there too. They made the Nick Shirley Act, so like they really actually don't want anybody to uncover the fraudulent money ties or whatever, right? And that's a huge red flag, where if like they're creating a new law specifically for the Nick Shirley dude who's just asking the right questions. And what do you expect? So someone's asking proper good questions to support the people, help the people, and then the government's like, no, you can't ask questions. Yeah, that's a huge red flag. And I hope they get targeted, man. But regardless if they do or don't, we still have shit like this happening. So a Twitch streamer caught a police officer sleeping on duty outside of the White House with anime playing on his work laptop. I'm gonna play this for you. This is fucking crazy. So this dude's outside the White House and he's sleeping.
No way. You want
Trip out. I mean, tell you what, like, I think if this were like a Roman Empire or an Egyptian empire, Egyptian pharaohs or any type of like king or nobility, and they caught the guard sleeping, probably kill him, execute him, or just like on the spot, like fire him, whatever. But like out here in America, yeah, the cops don't even check each other.
Woke him up? You woke him up? I didn't wake him up. The cop is sleeping in front of the White House? He's snoring in the car. No way. He's laying back snoring. Shh, yo, my P, hold on. We caught him sleeping in front of the fucking White House, man. We're about to wake this shit up, man. You sure he's sleeping, Jay? This one? Guys, he's sleeping. Yo, Trump is crazy hiring these people like that, man. Dark is not like you see. He's out, bro. Watching cartoons, look. He's sleeping, guys. Watching cartoons, look. This is crazy. He's watching Cartoon Network in front of the White House. Sir? How you doing, sir? How you doing, sir? How you doing? You mind waking up, bro? That's not what they pay you for. What are you doing sleeping, bro?
I'm sorry,
You're sorry?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
You're sorry?
Yes.
That's bad. You're watching the White House, my G.
I know, I'm sorry about that.
You're sorry about that? What is your name?
Officer Espinane.
Badge number?
0530.
What district? What, you have a district?
D1 station.
D1 station? For how long you been sleeping?
What's that?
For how long you been knocked out here? Because I've been here for at least 10 minutes.
Probably 10 minutes, I apologize. Probably 10 minutes, I apologize.
Probably 10 minutes, you apologize. Wow.
You think that's okay?
What's that?
To be sleeping on the job, you think that's okay?
No, I don't.
You know how many people could be at risk right now?
Yes, I apologize.
And you're
for that.
sleeping?
I apologize.
In front of the White House, bro, the president. You're supposed to watch the president, my G. You know what I'm saying? You're watching the president, bro. If I got a bomb or some shit, I just blow everybody up because you're sleeping, my G. You know that shit? So the safety of the president is not good with you, bro. In your hands, no. So please, my G, if you sleep, you stay home.
Okay, I apologize, sir.
I need your sergeant.
What's that?
I need your sergeant.
You need my sergeant?
Yes, I need ASAP. Yes, I need your sergeant ASAP, bro. This is very bad, man. I need to make complaints against you and report you.
Yo, he found out real quick. You don't fucking sleep on the job, man. This dude's about to get in trouble. That's for sure. No matter what, he got his badge number. He knows what station. This dude's gonna go fucking report him. If the sergeant don't come, yeah, man. And you know what's crazy? Like that wasn't even a white dude going up to the like. I'm this ain't even like you know hateful in a sense. Like, but it is a Mexican like or a Cuban. This is someone who's supposedly right that illegal in a sense in the modernized of American where they're like but brown color like it's all racist, right? But it's this guy who's going up and making sure the police officer is straight and checking him like, hey man, like yo, I'll be real, he sounded like real like either Cuban or Bronx, so something like that, like something like New York, you know, you can hear maybe like Puerto Rican, I don't know, something like that. You can definitely hear he's definitely has some Latin roots or whatever. And he cares more about this nation than the police officer, than seemingly our own politicians, and so like this is serious stuff, man. How the hell can this dude be sleeping on the job, just taking a pay cut? He's over here just like laying down still. He gets woken up and he's still laying down. Oh, sorry. Must have been 10 minutes. Hey, but enough about that, man. A Japanese developer built an app that puts a fat cat onto your screen and forces you to take a break. This fat cat, I think I'm gonna download it. That fat cat looks comfy. Garfield. Oh, ooh, man. We got some good piece of news. But first, if you guys, where is it at? If you guys could go over to w.gg.com and check out this patented energy drink formula powder. Zero sugar, zero artificial colors or dyes, zero fillers, unique flavors, focused ingredients, and clean, smooth energy made with coffee fruit extract, caffeine, L-tyrosine, L-taurine, vitamin C, vitamin B3, B6, L-citrulline, L-glutamine, vitamin B12. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. I love this shit. It's a gaming blend. It is a workout blend. It is if you just want to wake up in the morning and get some energy to you type blend. They got anime collabs like Free Ren, Beyond Journey's End. They also have a collab with Chainsaw Man, Solo Leveling, and more in the future. All sorts of cool things, all sorts of flavors. Sour gummy bear, retro rainbow sherbet, cherry limer. There's bleeding orange chainsaw man. We got the s'mores flavor, Japanese soda flavor, Japanese yuza, sweet and sour blue raz, lunar strawberry margarita, shadow monarch, surge solo leveling collab, Egotus strike solo leveling collab, tiger's blood. Man, there's so many flavors. You guys need to go over to w.gg and check out all the flavors. Get them. Just trust me. I love them. I've been drinking them and collabing with them for a while. Use my coupon code 509 Divine Pines and thank me later. This is the best and cleanest energy drink powder that you can find. And they got cool anime and video game collabs. Fuck, what more can you ask for? Yeah. I love it. I love it. There's nothing like that. WGG. It's the best thing. Seemingly like what was found in our ancient past. So you see these type of things, yeah, these beautiful things, these type of reliefs, and I believe it said 20 ton volcanic rock. So this is carved out of volcanic rock, very hard basalt like volcanic rock. Man, tell you what, the Inca found it or the Aztecs found it, Maya found it, whatever. I think I don't know if they made it, man. I mean, maybe they did, but from what I know, also with the architecture and the temples and the huge blocks and bricks and things of those sorts, they came from the ancient past before the Maya, Incan, and Aztec, and those three cultures were just the protectors and the ones who got passed down the great empires. So I wonder if this is from the ancient empire or this is from them. But either way, this is spectacular, and you don't see things like this made. Um, this is an Aztec calendar. You don't see things made like this anymore. I mean, as far as like truly what they got cycles, lunar cycles and solar cycles and time periods etched out in this. And yeah, you don't like astrology and astronomy isn't really a studied thing and isn't really respected or even like cared for anymore in a sense, and it should be, because I kind of think that's where humanity is losing sense and losing direction. there's a lot of spectacular truth and alignments with celestial systems, um, and stories of these builders originating from these celestial systems that are found within these sites. Um, man, this right here, this is in Peru. I've never heard of this. You've never heard of this. I've never seen this, and you've never seen this. But this is over at. Let's see if I can pronounce this. Hidden deep in the mountains of southern Peru lies Choquequiero. Choquequiero, whatever. The ancient Inca city, many call it the sister of Machu Picchu. There are no roads here, no easy roads, only after a long, quiet journey through the wild wastelands, and maybe that's why it feels so different, almost untouched. Stone terraces cling to steep hillsides, empty plazas sit in silence. Every corner feels like it's holding a secret from centuries ago. But late in the 15th century, this vast city was still mostly unexplored. And there's like unexplored places all around the world still. And I mean that. This guy will show you something. I am shocked. You will be.
It was so bloody mysterious. So
It's,
I traveled 40 hours, got on a plane, rented a car, and hiked into this canyon.
Guys, this entire canyon is carved out. Not kidding. The entire canyon. Every wall was carved. Highly precise. The weathering on it looks to be like 30,000 years old. And there's so much evidence of a great flood came through there. Oh, look at the little pup. He's having a nap. But yeah, each room was full of sedimentary layers. Like a huge flood came through. And then look at the stairs. They go up there. They go way up there. Up here. And then again, look at the piping system they had all through the canyon. There's still half a pipe in there. Clay pipes. Look at that. Whoa, even more. Everywhere you look, there's carvings. Like, look how weathered that is. Like, that is thousands of years of weathering. And again, another room completely flooded, unexcavated. Guys, can you imagine what they would find if they excavated this entire canyon? Like, there's secret tunnels that go that way, probably more down there. Like, look at this crazy view, guys. There's a secret hole everywhere you look. Even way down there is all carved.
yeah, man. I'm gonna start looking in Google Maps all around the area I'm at. Because I think, and this is from what I see and what I read and what I know specifically with archaeology and geology, where every 10 years, every 20 years, new discoveries are happening because earthquakes and natural earth movement is loosening up dirt, rocks, um, you know, built up pressure of like you know, places that have been landslided over or you know, whatever. Just the earth is constantly moving dirt and rocks and stuff back and forth. So it's loosening up and exposing and showing that there's new sites and well, old sites that are becoming new again in a sense, right? Um, yeah,
While looking
I think all around the world there's going to be a lot of discoveries. This is a trippy story. So, you guys have heard about that girl, Madison Cups, and her father, Brian Cups, who sexually assaulted her. So his daughter, Madison Cups. So Brian Cups sexually assaulted his daughter, and she died. Recently committed suicide or something. But this is her story, and it gets really, really conspiratorial because it messes. It talks about a lot of things, and it was very strange where the dude, the father, wasn't getting charged, right? But now it shows why. So this is from the daughter. My father, Brian Cups, started Cyberslice along with Steve Green, Tim Glass, and Steve Jobs. Cyberslice was a platform designed back in the 1990s, which allowed you to order pizza online. Pizza was the code word for little girls and so on. They used this platform to traffic children for the elites. My father sold the business to food.com when the dark web was created, and it put him out of business. He lost his biggest customer, Bill Gates. He used to threaten to sell me to Hillary Clinton if I told anybody what he was doing to me. He said I was lucky that he was only assaulting me and that he would cut my vagina and turn it into a witch's nose and sacrifice me. I reported my father for trafficking and essaying to the FBI, but unfortunately, due to his CIA connections, nothing has happened. He had his witnesses assassinated, so I knew the safest thing for me to do was to go to the media. I gained some support on TikTok, but my account has been suspended and they were doing everything they can to take my voice away from me. Um so they said she committed suicide or something, but they think she was killed on April 10th just this year. And so um here's this is proof of what she was saying. Steve Jobs made pizza industry history when he placed the first order on the Cyber Slice website in 1996. Whoa. Hey, look at that big TV. That's a huge. So that's 1996, and that's a computer monitor. That's. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's not letting me zoom in like that. Oh, sheesh. That's pretty insane. I didn't know that they made computer monitors that big in 1996. But that's definitely some government shit. Look, you can see how like shiny the walls are in the background. You can even see the reflection of the cameraman. Yeah, that's definitely some Illuminati type stuff right there. So her dad was into, it was like trafficker or something. Dang. So she talks about the monarch programming, the mind control programming right here. Her father has a monarch butterfly on his right shoulder and a Freemason tattoo. So either her dad is MK Ultra or he's a programmer for the Freemasons. That's crazy. Damn, that sucks.
Is Madison Claire's My Father Invented.
It's pretty bad. You guys should definitely be aware that all throughout the industry there's um I guess, these weird apps. They had Wayfair. I guess they have the Cyber Slice. You know what's crazy? That they still haven't took Wayfair down. Especially, you know what? It's on Amazon too. It's on Walmart and a lot of different websites. They'll hide keywords or they'll make certain things certain prices that are ridiculous, but only for the rich. And Yeah, it's a trip. It is a trip. FBI Director Kash Patel announces arrest warrant for James Comey. U.S. Marshals will take Comey into custody. No summons, no games. Comey threatened to kill President Trump and signaled on the beach. Some numbers that I will not say. That is pretty fucked. Remember, James Comey's daughter was, I believe, on the Epstein. No, was it? She was on some. She was on P Diddy. She was on the P Diddy case. There's this video from Robert Seffer, and it's showing us mysticism from some secret societies, the occult order of the dragon. Pretty much like using our ki or energy, our consciousness, our prana to conform energy, push energy. I've seen monks start fire,
harness, and
do some very crazy mystic magic type stuff for sure. Ad. He came out with probably one of the best ads that money can buy. I wonder if I can replay this.
This is where Mayor Vass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor, for my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back. This is where Mayor Vass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess.
Man, he's right. None of these politicians have to live in the mess that they created. The ancients didn't have to worry about a mess. They lived in peace. They lived in amazing places like this. At the time, I'm just thinking, like, if this were pre-flood, but it isn't. This is somewhere like probably like 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 years ago, probably, when it was created. That's still like what, 14, 15, 10,000, 12,000 feet in the sky. But if this were before the flood, those areas would be like, shit, 17,000, 18,000 right here. So they came super high. Man, you definitely have to be in really good shape to be climbing those mountains all day. So there's a little interesting thing about this David dude. He held a lotus symbol around his neck. Not too sure what that means. If anybody understands an esoteric thing, this guy is trying to break it down in a lot more posts, but that's too much to follow today, so we're not going to get into that. Like I said, James Comey's daughter was the lead prosecutor on the Epstein-Maxwell case, and she let them free. You know who won't get free? Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Claiming he's former top advisor to Dr. Anthony Fauci, now facing criminal charges. This over an alleged cover-up involving research into the origins of COVID. Rich Edson on this story. Intriguing, Rich. What you find out there in Washington?
Yeah, it is, Bill. The Justice Department has charged David Morins, a doctor, with conspiracy, claiming he concealed federal records to counter evidence that COVID-19 may have leaked from a lab in China, all to help restore a controversial coronavirus grant. Morrons, a former aide to Dr. Anthony Fauci, testified before the House's COVID Select Subcommittee nearly 2 years ago about emails he'd sent in February 2021, claiming that he'd learned to make emails disappear after he received Freedom of Information Act requests.
Ever delete or attempt to delete a federal record?
No, but let me explain why. When I came there in 1998, we were instructed to delete emails or to move them into PST files frequently because they jammed the computer.
The Justice Department says Morrons used his personal Gmail account to exchange non-public information. The indictment also claims an unnamed co-conspirator gave Morrons wine for his, quote, behind-the-scenes shenanigans, then suggested he could push scientific commentary in a prominent medical journal advocating that COVID-19 had natural origins. That's a competing claim with the lab leak theory. The indictment says the co-conspirator could also provide meals at top restaurants in Paris, New York, and Washington, D.C. In April 2020, the NIH terminated that back coronavirus grant awarded to EcoHealth Alliance, who then contracted the Wuhan Institute of Virology to conduct that research in China. From the start of the pandemic, its president, Peter Daszak, worked to discredit any theory that COVID-19 had leaked from that lab.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rich. More to come. Rich Hudson on that story from
Shit,
Washington, D.C. Thank you.
they don't want to ever try to admit that they created it. The government, yeah, fuck no. Unredacted videos in the Epstein files gonna out Trump. The Trump team is gonna be all sad. Because like, you know, in 2016, just for instance, 2016 files were buried about the FBI investigating the Clinton Foundation. Well, like soon, those type of files are going to be coming out for Trump, where everything on him is being pushed away. Epstein files. Eyewitnesses say Israeli agents had U.S. politicians pretty much be blackmailed to commit these crimes. There's more on this Amy Eskridge. Talking about NASA, time travel, and people who went after her in her lifetime. The Nokia CEO says that by 2030, smartphones will be implanted directly into our body. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I just finished 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done. And now they're up to 6. Let's do it again. What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin? See how perfect that is? So we're into 6G now. I just finished 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done. And now they're up to 6. Let's do it again. What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin? See how perfect that is? So we're into 6G now. I just
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy, right? Right here, man.
About 6G earlier, which is around 2030, I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Man, they really do want to build smartphones into our bodies. Imagine that. So, like, other countries around the world have like chips in their hands. I think the chips in the hands is kind of a start to where they want to go. Jay Anderson is still doing incredible work over in Malta. You guys should go check him out over at the Project Indie. He's Temple of Malta is one I talk about a lot because they were using high acoustic knowledge, and they created this sound temple that heals and like heals like magic. One of my favorite things in the world.
It's tiny. It's tiny. So small.
And these type of ruins are all around the world. Like, not just in Malta. There's still plenty to discover. Um, there's still plenty to conquer. Like this, the self-depicted king of Switzerland, grown his own empire thanks to a legal loophole. James or Jonas Lawiner acquired more than 110,000 square meters of land for free. Here it is.
Claimed. Who is the self-proclaimed king of Switzerland? And how is he acquiring land for his empire for free? Switzerland has never had a monarchy, but in 2019, at 24 years old, Jonas Lauvner crowned himself king. Many dismissed the ceremony as a joke, and he was depicted as a harmless eccentric. However, he's starting to rile the authorities over his conquest of land in the Confederation. Switzerland has a legal loophole. Under Swiss law, when land is registered as ownerless, anyone can acquire it for free by writing to the local council to state their claim. Lauvner started searching land registries and slowly building what he calls his empire. Today, he has acquired 148 scattered plots across Switzerland, about 117,000 square meters, all for free. Not massive, but strategically placed. That includes 83 sections of road, which gives him real influence over access in certain areas. He's even started charging maintenance fees for use of some of these roads. Lauvner has described it as a digital bloodless campaign. He also has his special forces of the Lauvner Empire. Authorities are now moving to close the loophole, calling his expansion an excessive thirst for power. Lauvner insisted he was not trying to bring instability to Switzerland, only to show that everybody is a king in their own territory.
Man, only if we could do that in America without getting shot, killed, and taken over by the government. Check this rabbit hole out right here, man.
Video and decided to call me ignorant because I asked the question why data centers can't just use reverse osmosis to create more water. Honey, if you only knew how right I actually was. You're playing checkers with the official science, and I'm out here trying to find the source code. Let's talk about these millions of gallons of water that they pull every single day. So the textbook answer is that they need it for what's called evaporative cooling to stop the scaling. And that's that crusty white mineral buildup that's going to choke the pipes. But why did they even need that much cooling? That's because the data centers aren't just storing your cloud photos. They're like the motherboards for this entire reality, and they're hardwired, like plugged in directly to the sun planet. Yeah, you heard me. That star in the sky, it's a high voltage reflective sphere. When you plug a planetary power core into a localized grid, the heat isn't just hot, it's this molecular meltdown. And this is where the RO comes in. They're not just filtering water, they're performing a biological data wipe. So by forcing millions of gallons through those membranes, they strip the water of its memory, if you will, and its minerals, because minerals act like tiny antennas that would pick up the sunflux raw frequency and fry the hardware. They're creating no water. Now, that isn't about consuming a resource, I guess. It's about a multiplication loop. They take that purified empty liquid and cycle it at such a high velocity that it creates a thermal vacuum. So, I mean, you can call me ignorant if it helps you sleep. But while you're worrying about the plumbing, I'm watching them scrub the atoms of the planet just to keep the skylit from flickering. I really didn't trip over my words per se. I just bypassed your firewall. And if you guys really want to trip out, next time the sun is out, look at the sun, close your eyes, and tell me what you see.
After watching that video, I was on a 2-day hiatus, binge researching everything I could on water and memory. And guess what ChatGPT told me? That there's no such thing as water holding memory at all, that it's unprovable, that it can't be tested. We all know by now that the human body is comprised of 40 to 60% water. And we, the human beings, have thoughts and emotions, and everything else that exists in our own biofield. Everything that exists in our biofield is our consciousness. What are the odds that you go to convey all the information that was presented in that video, go to ChatGPT, only for ChatGPT to come back and say, it's all French, it's all conspiracy, it's all cap. There's no such thing as water holding memory. Yeah,
Here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness. This is because water can change its structure depending on the vibrations it comes into contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy? Or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. Tap water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. The ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence.
this is just a little nudge within me, but my question is this: since we are comprised mainly of water, and inside of the water, we are consciousness, and so is the water within us. And they're trying to strip the very memory out of water, which is basically the memory out of creation, which is us, the walking, talking version of Mother Nature. Does this mean that they're trying to strip the memory from all consciousness of humanity, in the sense where they're trying to create a clean hard drive wipe of our minds and everything that we know, and erase everything that's within our consciousness to make us into a node for the machine, for the AI, stripping us of our individuality, of our own identity, and everything else that we are, for the sole purpose of uploading our consciousness into the Internet of Things? Am I reaching? What do you think? Spam your thoughts in the comments below.